Hey everyone, Josh here with Fresh Start Customs, and today we are reviewing the ACMER P2. This is an open style gantry laser, which means the laser head goes left to right and up and down in order to get its coordinates. Now with that said, normally I don't do open style gantry reviews on my channel just because I know a lot of you like the enclosed units. You're doing it in a household. So if you're going to be using this laser without an enclosure, you're going to want to make sure you have the proper ventilation like an open style shop. And my house is not the proper style here. So we're going to be doing smaller test engravings in this video. Maybe once I can get some more room in an open style shop, we can do some larger prints on this. But I just wanted to show you guys how this works and all of the compatibilities with this as well, because there is a lot of software compatibilities that is capable on this machine. The reason why I'm doing this review is I did review their open style S1 Mini a while ago, and that one actually highly impressed me for how good it is for like leather patch units. So if you haven't checked that out, it's like $100 for the S1 Mini. It's the cheapest laser I could get my hands on, which was another reason why I did the review, to see how well a cheap laser could work compared to like an expensive one. And that one was pretty impressive. So when they reached out to me and they wanted me to do the P2, I went ahead and said yes, especially since they now have their new ACMER app. It is compatible with their computer software, which is in beta right now, so you may not be able to get a hold of it. They also have it for Android devices, and then on iOS devices, they have an app called MKS Laser, and that's what we're gonna be using today, is their style app on the iPad, just because I like to use new, different software each time that it's available as I get to review these products here. Now with that said, it is a very stripped down basic version, but if you want to see the laser GRBL run on this style laser here, check out that S1 Mini video as well, because I did that one with the laser GRBL. And if you want to get very advanced, you can use Lightburn on this. So it is in fact compatible with Lightburn. That is a paid version of a software. So I think it's like $60. It may be more expensive nowadays, but originally whenever I got it, it was like $60, and that is a lot more advanced. So if you're just getting into laser engraving, you may have to do a lot of research if you want to go all the way up to Lightburn, but it's well worth the purchase. A lot of people like that. So with all that said, let's go ahead and get into the specs of this unit here. First up, we have the 33 watt laser head. This is swappable. They do have lower versions and higher versions of the diode laser here. They also have an IR version of the laser that you can swap this out for to engrave like metal and those types of things. There are all sorts of accessories for this unit too. So you can get like a rotary engraving. You can get the crumb tray, which I have in here. The crumb tray is sold separately, so you will need to buy that separately. You can also get a full enclosure for this. They didn't send that out, but like I said, normally I would only review like full enclosed units just because I don't have the proper ventilation set up for it in here. So if you're gonna get this unit, I highly recommend getting the enclosure once they're available. I'm not sure if they're available quite yet on their website or not, but check that out. If you're gonna get this, I'd highly recommend adding that. By default, it comes with the unit, the laser head of your choosing. Mine was the 33 watts. It comes with an air assist right off the bat, and it's all pre-assembled, which I love because a lot of these units, when you get them, you have to build them piece by piece, and that's what saves them a lot of money, but it saves you a lot of headache when it comes pre-made like this. And it is built like a tank, all solid metal or aluminum. I think it's just metal, but it is built like a tank. It came out just like this. All I had to do is slide in this head here with a twist lock little screw. And then to do the focus on this, it's not quite an autofocus, but it's a manual focus. You just flip that down and then move the laser head up and down so that touches whatever your material is, and then you flip it back up. You hit engrave, and it will then engrave your product there. Super easy to use. The other thing is on their MKS software, you just connect to the laser Wi-Fi by itself right off the bat. And once you're connected with that, then you can just print right from your iPad here, which I'm going to show you in just a second. I've got 3 projects here. I lost video on the second project, but luckily it was a repeat of the first, so I'll show you a side-by-side picture of those. And then really quick, let's talk about the unboxing and what you get with the unit here. So the unboxing experience is great. The packaging looks like a supercomputer that you get from like Best Buy, for example. And then every single packaging in that unit, like the laser head, the accessories, the material pack, they all have their own boxes. It looks great. And then you also get these really cool like laser goggles here, which I recommend that you wear, especially if you don't have an enclosure on your unit, because it is still bright through that little window there. But it is a great little set of goggles that come with it. It reminds me of the Nano laser goggles that comes with the Nano products. And then you also get your accessories, which is a bunch of different screwdrivers with the Allen head keys on it, your laser lenses, spare laser lenses, and then some zip ties. And then you also get a computer cable too. So if you want to hook it up to the computer and use that laser GRBL light burn or the ACMER app that's in beta right now, you can definitely do that too. And then you get a box full of accessories like metal, cork, and wood. And then you get a manual with a little cheat sheet here, which I haven't figured out which of the 3 or 4 programs are lined up for this, but they do have a cheat sheet for settings. I couldn't figure that out, so you're going to have to find the settings for yourself, which brings me to that missing footage I was talking about and why I ran it twice here. So I'm going to put some footage up right here, and this is me laser engraving a little airplane on a metal business card here. So it was looking great right off the bat, but I had way too much heat and not enough speed. And what it did is it warped the card a little bit, causing a little bit of a cutoff in the engraving and the card to warp a little bit here. So after doing that, I reran it at a faster speed and lower power. And then I did this little car here. This car turned out a lot better. It still had a little bit too much power and stuff like that. So my very last engraving, I went ahead and engraved one of these metal tins, and then it turned out great. So I think I still have to tweak those settings and find the perfect setting for like oxidized aluminum. But overall, this unit works great. All you gotta do is dial in your settings like you do with any laser here. So this is a great option if you're just starting off. This is a very affordable laser. But what I recommend getting is the full enclosure if you're able to sling the extra cost. I always recommend an enclosed unit over an open style one if possible. So if you have an open style shop though, and you don't need the enclosure, this is definitely a great option as well. If you guys have any other questions, let me know down in the comments below, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.